and I walk her back to her care home all the time. A care home is a place where elderly people live as a group and are taken care of. She's a little unstable on her feet. I walk her over the rail tracks and down the alleyway. I just make sure she gets back okay. An alleyway is a very small street. She comes in almost every shift I work. She's Norwegian and I've got cousins in Norway, so we chat about it. Chat is like a small talk. She's a good woman. Brendan, who lives with his partner Jamie Lee, his 19-month-old daughter and 2 stepsons, say it is sad that helping elderly people should be considered out of the ordinary. He said this should be normal behaviour. Paige Elizabeth, who spotted Brendan helping a customer, said, "Good to see that there are still some decent human beings left in Canterbury." Under the post, Malcolm Willett said, "That security guard is always a lovely man." Paula Nugent said, "I'm disabled and he's always lovely to myself and my little boy when we go in too." So there you go. That's a nice story of a security guard who, for some people, is doing what should be normal. But sadly nowadays, with a lot of people being considered selfish or only thinking about themselves, we don't see as often as we should. A couple of comments on vocabulary here. It is mentioned that his goodwill only came to light. To come to light means to be noticed. Noticed perhaps in a larger scale, on the news or something. So for something to come to light means for it to be noticed or to be known. And a passerby, after the passerby posted it on a Facebook group. A passerby is a person who is walking by or going by an incident. So if you see a traffic accident and you know what happened, you were walking along, you were a passerby for that incident. Another part of the article mentions that he has a couple of stepsons. That means that they are not his children. Perhaps he married a woman who already had children and now they are his stepsons. He is not the biological father. So there you go. Let's move on to our next story. And our final story brings us to Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's a nice story. And this story is related to a couple who come from different ethnic backgrounds. So it turns out that this couple who recently married come from different backgrounds. He comes from a Muslim background and she comes from a Catholic background, and they both went to the same school. But this school is quite interesting because it was divided by a fence, like a metal fence, and they both they never got the opportunity to meet each other in the school because one side of the fence followed the Croat system of a Catholic school and the other side of the fence followed the Muslim Bosnian system. Recess time, they could never meet because the recess was organized. Recess is when they go to the playground and they're outside for free time. The free time was organized 15 minutes. There was a 15-minute difference so that they could never meet. So very interesting indeed. In the end, they ended up meeting in Sarajevo where they were following their studies, and the website Clicks, a Bosnian site, Clicks, has published a photo after they have been married of the two of them at the fence from the school. And this is quite interesting because what they have managed to do now because of this photo, and talking about breaking down barriers of separation or segregation because of religion, after this photo was published and created a lot of public interest, the fence was taken away. So this is quite a nice story about love breaking down barriers. I hope you have enjoyed the show today. I will be bringing you more of these podcasts, and I'm very happy if I'm helping you at all with your listening English, and I hope these podcasts are of use to you. I look forward to talking to you in the next podcast. All the best.